As you called it, Tom, MJF, two-time Diamond Stud, beating Orange Cassidy for the Dynamite double delicious delectable whatever they call it ring.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Whatever that thing
Nailed
is.
it. Nailed it.
Miro got involved, gave him the old Bradshaw clothesline, right? Yeah. Again, this kind of felt filler, but it helps continue the storyline of Miro and Orange Cassidy and gave us a reason for a match, you know?
Well, I liked it because it showed how strong their roster was. Is that you can close an AEW Dynamite with another talent. So the previous week was Kenny Omega, John Moxley. The week before that was Eddie Kingston. Now this week we've got Miro. So I mean, those are some big names that we're talking about here, and it doesn't always have to be, for example, and not necessarily to shit
No,
on
it's
him,
Kenny
but it's
Omega.
well, yeah, in WWE, it's always Drew McIntyre or Roman Reigns. It's not always one guy. It
Mm-hmm.
shows how strong it is while still saying, here's our top stars. I didn't leave Dynamite saying, well, Miro's a top guy, but I did leave Dynamite saying, wow, Miro's a player. Like he's involved in
Right.
some of the ruckus
Well, and
here
it
that I
makes
like to
sense.
watch.
That storyline, we have a cliffhanger in, right? What's Orange Cassidy going to do? So that one should end the show where we want a cliffhanger, right?
Yeah.
Like the inner circle isn't a cliffhanger. They said, "All right, we're in," right? Like
Mm-hmm.
that kind of stuff, right? The Cody Rhodes Sting thing isn't necessarily a cliffhanger as much as it is like a, all right, to be
It's a
continued.
tease. Yeah, it's a
Right? Yeah, it's
tease.
a tease. Right. So I yes, the way they structure their shows, the men's storylines, it flows well. Right. Always kind of. I like where they place the pieces for the most part. Yep.
Yeah,
Absolutely. So
I like their main event pieces. To clarify, I like what they're doing with the main event segments. Is that it's a rotation of very strong top to mid tier talent. One thing that I will say though is surprise me a little bit. I'm not saying I need to like to be catered to, but I know every week it's going to start off with some fast pace tag team or singles action of flips and shits. Like, and I know that I'm always going to get the women's match right before the main event. So I'm just saying, like, start it off a little, structure it somewhat a little different. It's becoming a tad formulaic, but it's still my favorite show in all of television. Love it. And this
well,
week
and
was
that
another
was
good
it.
one.
And that was it. So unless you've got any parting words for AEW Dynamite, we also had
Well, I do. So let's talk
yeah.
about it. We did a
Okay.
poll on at Table Show, the Spanish Announce Table Twitter handle. I asked, how would you grade tonight's AEW Dynamite? And with 60% of the vote went A, 30% of the vote went B, 10% of the vote went C, and 0% of the vote went to D. So obviously a very strong showing. If I made you grade that episode, Tim, where would you land on the grading scale?
I gave it an A. I mean, I'm not giving it like an A plus, but I thought it was an A show for sure. I liked again multiple segments where I thought that was really good. Nothing stuck out as super bad. I liked it.
Yeah, I think I would give it a B, and that's only grading it against its high bar of excellence. I've always been entertained by AEW Dynamite and AEW's pay per views. So I'm somewhat of a tough grader and I'm a curmudgeon. It wasn't the Stadium Stampede. That to me is an A type of performance, you know, or when Sammy gets hit by the golf cart with Matt Hardy and Kenny Omega the first time. Those are A shows, you know, Cody Rhodes and the inner circle brawling out into the crowd. Those are A moments. This, everything was very solid. Everything was awesome and amazing. Solid B.